I see I had no volume there. What's happening, guys? What a crazy week. Nice bullishness, nice little green bubbles we're getting so far. And the main thing is we're starting to get a nice little volatile market. We have Bitcoin above $30,000. So it's Sunday stream, guys. Sunday stream. I was busy with a shoot this weekend. So I struggled to get through yesterday. I wanted to try to do a show. The market wasn't ready just yet, in my opinion. And I think we're going to get a nice move. I think we got the weekly close coming up. I think we've got a lot to speak about. So firstly, I want to speak about the trades that I'm taking at the moment. I'm currently around about $200,000 positions, and I actually have some longs and I have some shorts, and I'll explain to you guys why and how I'm prepping for the next week. But then we have so many tokens to go through, guys. We got so much to speak about. I want to speak about Bitcoin Cash. I want to speak about PEPE. I want to speak about all these different tokens. So what we decided to open up a Sunday stream where we're going to look for some trades for the week, where we want to see the weekly close and what we want to see going into next week, and start preparing ourselves for that. Start looking at the next big trade setups, and let's go through all the altcoins to see, are they getting somewhere on the higher time frames? Is this something that's going to last for the next few weeks? Or was this just one green week and we're going back to redness? There's a lot to speak about. I'm here. I'm excited. I'm pumped. Josh, let's start off with the song and let's get going with the show. Let's hit it.
Click. Have you heard the news? What? With his finger on the pulse, it's like Sheldon knew. Click. When the sniper shoots, we got Sheldon on the charts, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter with visor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. So enter the sniper, click. Time to be dedicated, sniper mode is activated. Explosions in the market are in target, and Sheldon demonstrates. Mirror on the wall, Master Sheldon 𝗕𝗏𝗄𝗧. We got Sheldon on the charts, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter with visor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. Enter the sniper, click. Enter the sniper.
𝗟𝗏𝗱𝗄𝗧 fam, hope you've had a fantastic weekend. Just pop in the comments below. Have you enjoyed a little bit of greenness? It's been obviously a crazy year, seeing this Bitcoin domination where Bitcoin's just taken over. But ultimately, we had a good week from altcoins, and it was nice to see a little bit of a fight back. You know, we got to that point where everyone was like really down and out, and the FUD was just getting a lot. You know, I started hearing a lot about things going to zero, and when I heard run be so bearish, I was like, whoa, this can't be. Like, since I started with 𝗵𝗵𝗃, I've never seen run this bearish. And that started to make me think. And ultimately, we came down to a few weeks of redness. We had all the RSIs, the major RSIs reset. We ended up holding support for Bitcoin. We ended up holding the $24,000 level. Therefore, we are now sitting at $30,000, and it's 1 week later. So you could see how quickly all the bears work was absorbed. The only thing is the altcoins haven't fully recovered just yet. But guys, I want to speak about this quickly before I do get into a lot of the different charts, the higher time frames. We've got a lot to speak about. And remember, guys, make yourself a nice cup of coffee. Put this up on the side now. Let's spend some time together. The markets are boring at times. When they're actionable like this, this is time to spend together. I'm short, guys. I'm on a short-term short. So as a short-term trade, I'm short-term short. I hope there's time here. I hope there's time. Let's see here quickly. Okay, so the short that I'm taking, guys, just, we're basically trading the range at the moment and making some cash. That's what it is. And the way I see it is, I think the legs to the upside are going to be a little bit longer. You're going to be holding them. And that's why I worked so hard last week to get these entries, to be like, guys, we can possibly hold this for the next 2-3 weeks. And you can start to see why. You can see how the ranges are opening, where even though the alts have been pulled back so much, the higher time frame RSIs are reset. And it's saying that, you can get some entries here that you can hold for a little while. And if you do start taking advantage of these trades and things like that, you start looking at a week like this, where 1 week, all of a sudden, you can double your cash, with some of these alts. Now, I know what a lot of people are thinking as well, been through a lot of damage, but I don't think you understand the power of hitting a 2, 3, 4 week proper rally streak. You hit that, it changes a lot, guys. So I just want to explain this trade quickly over here. I'm in a short at the moment with Chainlink. I think we're going to have a small pullback with Bitcoin going into the weekly close at the moment. And reason being is just a small one. And, I spoke about the longs. I'm still looking at longs, but I do think Bitcoin at the moment might have a small pullback. And you can see here on the 4 hours. So firstly, we ended up going back to the highs. We actually ended up breaking the highs, which is a really good thing that we did break through that wall. And I think it's going to play a big role going forward that we just creep past that wall. Because I think the next time Bitcoin attempts to break the same wall yet again, the fact that we went just slightly above for me was a big sign. It was pretty similar to the first time we went to the 25,000. We just popped through it. Remember, we all started celebrating, happy, and then we're back at 22,000 a week later. But because we just broke through that wall, therefore, after that, we saw Bitcoin back at $30,000 and it finally broke through it. And I think it's a similar thing over here. So what I think is happening over here is you just had a really strong rally to the upside and we just need a short-term cool down. And I think there's a short-term pullback in play right now. And we're going to speak about the levels of where I think it's going to pull back to. And then I really think it's opportunity to stack up on some longs with really tight, good stop losses and ranges, because I still think this bullishness will continue. So what I've done at the moment is I started to look at coins that had these good trends. And the first one for me was Chainlink. Now, I just want to speak about where it is right now, guys, just so you can plan your trades properly and just structure them properly. So the two shorts that I'm currently in at the moment, and I literally just took them now, was the Bitcoin short. And I'll speak to exactly the trade now. I think Bitcoin's going to have a pullback. So I'm in a $30,000 Bitcoin short at the moment. And then I am in a Chainlink short over there, which is a $74,000 position over here. And I did have, I'll see if my stops are in play. I do have a long-term long that I'm building on Theta to hold for the next 2 months. And this is already at around $127,000 position. I'll speak about what we're doing over there. So the trade that I'm looking at now, guys, is basically this area over here. Let's give the trade out. So ultimately, if you go to the 1 hour with Chainlink, you can see that we started to lose this support trend over here in these areas over here. So the zones that I want to be loading up on just a short time short into the long is basically this zone over here. Just make it a nice little red block. So it's just at the bottom now, guys. I think we'll have a small retest up in the session. So for me, if you are entering a short, remember, no financial advice. But if you are entering a short now, I'd probably enter around 20-30% of the position at the moment, because I do think in the next 10-15 minutes, there'll be a slight little retest to the upside. And then I do think we will start a little pullback going into weekly close at the moment. And then I want to speak about the longs. So the current trade that I'm looking at now is I'm looking at around about, maybe possibly at the moment, around about an 8% to a 9% pullback at the moment. If you look at entering this trade now, you're probably running about a 1.6% stop loss. So if you're shorting or anything like that, remember, it doesn't have to be leverage. You can go to your platform over here and you can use a 1x. So you can literally just change this to 1 and you don't have to trade with leverage, but at least you're able to short, which is a good thing. But then what you got to also realize is if you are using leverage, you just got to become really good at using risk to reward. That's all you really have to do. So what it basically means is if I take this little tool over here and I say I'm going to enter the short now at the moment, I'm putting my stop loss back in that range, this trend line. So the fact that we broke the trend line means that we should start to the downside now. And ultimately, we should not go back into that trend line. So it's a very easy position to me to just put the stop loss above the previous high over here. Because if we started making a smaller time frame lower high, we should make a lower low. So ultimately, that's more or less the zone of where I want to be putting my stop losses. And if I calculate at the moment, it's around 1.4 to 1.5%. Now, what does that mean? That means if I trade with a 1x, I'm risking between 1.4 to 1.6%. If I trade with a 2x, it's now double that I'm now risking around 2.8%. If I'm doing a 3x, now I'm looking all of a sudden around 4%. If I do a 5x, you can start calculating your actual trade by taking your leverage amount and just timesing it by the percentage of what the stop loss actually is. But then you look at the reward side, I think we're going to come back to 618. So what I basically did was you could see how just even on the smaller time frame, how Chainlink broke out of the sideways range over here. start on its way up. And ultimately, I now think this is a nice, strong, bullish move to the upside. Therefore, I want to buy, the golden zone pullback over here. And my 3 rules in order to buy the next long is I want to make sure it's 618, which you can see is in that area. I want to make sure then, secondly, that I have a horizontal that's matching it there. And then I'm going to wait to see a RSI that hits down to the floor in order to take that trade. So at the moment, this is looking pretty good. And I see Chainlink is basically retesting that trend at the moment. Now, guys, if this does stop, there's a really good long. So I think we're at this position now where Bitcoin's sitting at 30,500, and it's either going to attempt that break for weekly close, or we are going to try pull back slightly between. But I do think in the next few hours, we're going to have a strong push down. Right now, the chart is showing shorter time frame, short-term short. So at the moment, I am in this Chainlink short over here. The way I'm going to do it for you guys, I don't want to give exact zones, as I want you to make your own decisions, with these sort of areas, but you can clearly see this block over here. And anywhere in this block is where I'd build my position. I'm currently fully in on the position, and my short is basically around the 6.17. So just slightly above where we are right now is my average position, and my full position is in on this link trade at the moment. And the same thing with Bitcoin. Is my entry position is at 30,516, and my stop loss, let's go put it over here, is at 30,750. 30,750 over here. So I'm risking $200 on this account over here. Now, guys, very excited to start having all the different exchanges. Now, I want to quickly remind you, while we're setting up all the different trades, we have Sniper School coming up, the next cohort. So come join Sniper School. Go below, use one of the exchanges. For anyone in the US, we have CoinW, no KYC, no VPN needed, no advice on that, but incredible. I've been enjoying it. I love that on any exchange like this, I can jump on, I can open my trade, and I can just come and easily set a stop loss, easily set a take profits. Something that's very easy for me to use. And remember, if you are going to open exchange account, just use one of the Sniper School link that you can come and join Sniper School. This is our biggest cohort at the moment. So Sniper School, definitely, if this market wakes up like this, you need training. You need training, and you need to be real, a good understanding. Remember, with school, guys, this is all the different packages that you get and everything that's inside of school. So join Sniper School. Make sure you get banter bubbles, all these sort of things. I know there's something about BitGet as well, which we'll speak in a second. So guys, that is my first trade. I want to see if I can set it up for you. So I'm just going to leave the screen literally for a few seconds that you can take some photos so you can really replicate this on your charts. So you want to go to the 1 hour chart. You want to see what I'm seeing. You want to see how we've had this channel to the upside within Chainlink. You want to see that we're just starting to crack a little bit of weakness over here. Therefore, we don't want to come back in there if the pullback is starting. You want to put your stop loss in the area. So you see this yellow line. It will give you a yellow figure on the right for my chart here, which will give you a more or less area of where stop losses are going. And ultimately, what I'm looking at is I'm looking at a play. Remember, you're always going to, I wouldn't say predict, but you're going to always set up a system of how you think the trade is going to play out. And then you're going to have the 2 scenarios that it's playing out or it's going to do slightly different. I've won my last 7 trades. Look at that. Loving Sniper School. Come on, baby. This is what we do. It's what we do. That's incredible. Very, very, very proud of you. Well done. So ultimately, what my plan is over here is I think it does something like this. And then I do think we have a nice little rally back to the upside. And I think everything pushes strongly. And I'll be going through a lot of the high time frames now. So I'm just going to leave this a few seconds, take your pictures or get a little bit of understanding. Remember your risk to reward tool. You always want to put that down. And that's the risk to reward at the moment. Is I'm looking at a 1-7. 1-7 trade at the moment with Chainlink over here. Chainlink's obviously done really well. This has literally come all the way from the $5 all the way to the 6.3. So that's a pretty good high percentage to the upside. And now I'm just looking at a short-term pullback. What I still think will happen is I still think the short pullbacks will be very quickly, and I think they'll be bought up very fast. So I think any of these trades won't be long ones. Any short trades will be quick trades to the downside and then prepping for the longs. Now, it's very clear if you have a look over here, you can see the market's bullish. Like on the short and medium time frames, it's bullish, which means you want to stick to the mentality of holding your longs a little bit longer, obviously tracking up stops. And I'll help you guys with the strategies going into this week of how I think it's the most powerful way to trade the market. But then any shorts, it's just quick shorts. quick shorts, you get the volatility because you're getting 75% to the upside. Don't be surprised to see a quick 5 to 8% to the downside and then a continuation up. And if you can trade these ranges, these are very quick ranges for you to just get comfortable within trading. So I appreciate that. Learning so much. Love Sniper School. Amazing, amazing. So these are what's happening here, actually. There we go. Who's in the short so far, guys? Pop in the chat if you are in the short. And yes, smash the like button. So I didn't do a show on Friday. This week, I'm hitting full on shows. I had a Chosen One shoot this weekend. I had a personal channel shoot this weekend. So I am now focusing full on us trading for the week and really catching momentum. Let me know in the chat if you guys are in the short. Let's have a look with you guys, or what trades are you in? Are you in a long, you in a short? Where you guys at? Let's see. Short Litecoin. I don't short. I'm always wrong. I get it. So that's perfect. Like, just means now be patient for your long and get your really good entry over there. Someone short Link, someone short Litecoin. Yes, I got my shorts on. Where's DJ and Dave? Yeah, where you at, DJ and Dave? What's happening? I'm in an 𝗬𝗏 short. That's interesting because 𝗬𝗏 is obviously been going crazy at the moment. Link short in. Amazing. STX long. Craig's gonna love you guys. We're gonna be speaking about block stacks. We can't short at KuCoin. You definitely can. Just go have a look. FTM long 3K up. Fantastic. Just keep structuring yourself there. Let's see how these are going over here. Okay, so it looks like Bitcoin. Okay. Are we in? There we go. So this is playing pretty good so far. And then what's nice about this, guys, is we're going to be able to crank these stops down pretty quick because we want this to play out pretty fast. We want this to just start to drop pretty quick now, give us some room. And then what you have a look is you basically got two tops over here that you can track a trend line down now. So we will track this down. We will have our area of where we want it to get to. At any point it does crack this trend line a little bit earlier, we'll just TP a little bit earlier. Remember what it is I've made my suggestion of what I think the trade's going to be doing. But ultimately, I'm always going to take the trade of what the market's going to offer me. So I want it to be this percentage over here. But let's say it does come down now and it does start to do this and it breaks here. That's what it offered me on the short. As much as I wanted it to go here, it's offering me that. And then I can start to change my sort of view of it. But even a move like that, is a couple percent, which is really good. So what we want to do is we want to crunch down that stop. As soon as we start to lose these lows over here, start to move down, we'll start bringing down these stops and start structuring this. Good there at the moment. Okay, cool. For anyone that's on a Bitcoin trade here at the moment, I'll show you the trade that I'm taking on Bitcoin. So if you look over here on the 4-hour, there's the break. So the way I would trade it, let me just quickly redraw this so we can see it clearly. There we go. So let me actually just change this over here and just give you guys, you see there. So the 12-hour, this is why. Look at the RSIs. Let's go to the daily over here. RSI, look at that RSI. The short-term pullback, it is needed. A short-term pullback is needed. That's the 12-hour, and this is the daily. So short-term pullback, definitely possibly in play at the moment. Then let me go over here and just give you guys the actual short setup over here. So what I've done is I've zoomed in slightly, start to track the momentum of where we're at a critical area when it comes to the higher time frame play. So that means my short areas will probably be around this zone over here. So again, I will pause the screen for you guys so you can take photos and see what I basically mean by that. Ultimately, from this, I don't want my position to go back into these levels over here. So my stops will be there. And where do I think my take profits would be on these trades is I'll basically take from the bottom to the top over here, and it starts to give me a little bit of an area of around 28,000. If the short plays out, 28,000. What I want to then see secondly above that is I want to see another sort of indicator that's backing, this TP zone that I'm getting a little bit of understanding of. So I go look, and I can see a horizontal there too. So I have a horizontal play that's in that area there as well. So that's sort of starting to paint a little bit of an area of where this pullback can go to and how far it can come down. So for now, at the moment, these are the two shorts, Bitcoin short and the Chainlink short. We're happy, guys. Let me quickly just open this up for you so you can see it. I'll put my risk to reward tool. So remember, if you're shorting, you come here now, you go to your short position, you click this in, you put it in over there. So it's around a 1.5 to around a 67% for the TP. So risk to reward ratio of 1.4. So I'll quickly open that up. Let me just, it's a little bit bigger for you guys. And then you can see the actual trade. There's the trade. So remember, this yellow line over here is more or less my stop loss area, and that's more or less highlighting over here. So if I go into my actual trade and I go in over here, my stops are here, $30,750. $30,750. Cool. I see Chainlink. Around $500 profit there at the moment. This one I'm building at the moment with Theta. I want to try build like a $250,000 position. You know, that's ultimately the goal, to get into this whole position. And I'll explain to you guys why shortly. So let me know, you guys, are you happy with those trades? Can I start going through a little bit of longer, higher time frame views at the moment? Let's go through all the coins. Let's go through a lot of these things. RSI and links oversold on the very short time frame, yes, but on the medium time frame, as in the 12-hour daily, those need to come down, guys. So even though we got the hour and the 4-hour RSIs that are coming down to the bottom now, we need to get a little bit of the higher time frame RSIs down, because you know, look at these over here. They've been tailing at the top for a while. We need a nice little reset of these RSIs. Therefore, you know, looking at where we're at right now, and I think it's a weekly close. Look at the daily over here. I don't think the daily goes fully reset, but I do think there's a small pullback here, and then we can continue. And the RSI can do something like this and then start to move down. But obviously, my big concerns is the 12-hour over here. Now, guys, I want to speak about this because, yes, I'm taking short-term trades, and this is what you have to do as a trader. You got to trade what the market is offering for the day. But ultimately, I'm bullish. I'm definitely bullish. We know I've been bullish for the year. I've been bullish on altcoins, and I'm glad to see a little bit of life over there. But I'm definitely bullish when it comes to Bitcoin at the moment and what it's done in the last week. So firstly, all of the hard work that the bears went through of literally around a month. It was literally around 4 to 6 weeks of the bears trying to bring the market to the downside. It got erased in 1 week. And again, you know, you just have to put it into perspective for yourself that now you know that this trend line is even better than what we ever spoke about before. And what we have here is we now have officially 3 of these major tests. So here's your bull run line, guys, or your very bullish scenario line. As long as Bitcoin keeps holding this trend line, we can hit any of these targets. You know, if we crack through to 31, you do have 37, you do have 40,000. You know, these are the areas. And as long as you hold this bottom trend over here, all of that's possible. And we've seen that this year. Every time we've came to test, remember this area over here, this area over here that happened, what was this? It was USDC-D peg. Remember, USDC-D peg, panic, stable coins are all going to go to zero, all these things happening, and we bounced. And again, what happened this time? You know, everything's coming out, you know, everything's a security, all of these coins, everything's bad. Boom, what happens next? All the way to the upside. So this is a great trend line for you guys, just to make it easy on your higher time frames, to not make any crazy decisions with your long-term portfolio, as long as we hold that one very strong trend line at the moment, which we can see is a very strong trend line because it literally bounced on it perfect at the moment. Therefore, after that, we ended up breaking the wedge to the upside, and now we are sitting at the horizontal of this major area that you know, was the previous May crash, the first May crash we had in the bull market. It's these lows over here, and it's very simple. You basically have a chart that has come down from areas and is now accumulated for a while and now starting to rise up. And this was a previous area of where we bounced and we lost that area, and now it's basically got to get through that. So it is major resistance now. But what's crazy about this is if this does decide to get through, now you start to see us going to the next major areas. So you start to get a little bit of understanding that what was ever previously a support, becomes a resistance. But if you get through that area, you start to go to the next resistance. So you want to look at the chart now. You're going to be like, okay, so if I look at where we're at right now, this is the resistance. You can see it very clearly. There's the resistance. There's the resistance. So this is the rooftop. After that, if you get through that, where are the next ones? And you can start to see these areas over here, which is $35,000, $36,000, $37,000 area. I know there's a CME gap in this area somewhere here too, between the 35 and 37. And then after that, if it's through that, then all of a sudden you're looking at 45,000. I think that will blow the socks out this year. We can have a $45,000 Bitcoin at any moment this year. I don't think many would expect it at all. And like I said previously, if they're going to destroy us in the bull market, I think the best way to destroy it is they send it early. We're all waiting for the halving next year. We're all waiting for these sort of things. And it's, people are starting to get quite comfortable with that, with the 4-year cycles, understanding them. And the way they obviously screwed us the last bull market was they gave us a little cheeky higher high over here. So as soon as we went higher, we're like, there's no way, because usually what you have in a bull market is a lower high like this. And then you're like, okay, cool, we're coming down. They've offloaded for the second time, all these sort of things. And then that's where they catch us. But they gave a higher high this time, and they ended up doing something just slightly different from the last bull market, but that's what put us all off. This is where we're all thinking about 100,000. And for me, this time, it's like, how did they do it? I think this time they just play with the timing of when the bull market starts or where it ends. Like, it's the time that I think they're going to play around this time and catch many people. So let's quickly jump on and let's see where we're at on the weekly, guys. So when it comes to the weekly, RSI only just reset right now, guys. This is crazy. It's crazy how we've only just reset the RSI, and you've had that weekly candle. So that's a great candle, guys. This is a really good candle at the moment. It is at resistance, but holy shit, can this be a really strong run? This can be a nice little start to the upside, especially if that's the first, return of the bulls, response from the bulls. So ultimately, what we knew this RSI was making its way down for the last few weeks, and we knew that the market wasn't really going to bounce until that was broken through. And end of the day, now what we're sitting at the moment is we do have a reset RSI. We've got an RSI reset at the moment, which means that if you look at the last few times, just to get a little bit of understanding of time-wise of what this means by this RSI being at the bottom. Last time, basically, this resets around the 20th of November. And ultimately, by the 30th of Jan, it started to get to the overbought sort of areas. So if you look at that, you're looking at 2 months. And if we look at the time before, we basically went from June all the way to the end of August, so also around a month and a half. The previous time, January to April, that's just over 2 months. So again, it's indicating that this current move right now can be a move for the next, 4 to 6 to 8 weeks. So this is good, which means now you're starting to get an understanding that, okay, I need to hold my longs for a nice little period, quick shorts, hold my longs. But ultimately, if I can get a really good entry in a good area, I don't need to really work really hard to make money. You want to get to a point now by understanding if you can start working with the markets, you don't have to actually work that hard to make money. And that's the big thing. Now, you want to trade every day, amazing. But if you get one entry that's giving you these percentages, you don't need to trade 20 times for the week. You can trade once and make a ton of money. And that's the thing. Sometimes the market offers you free money. It offers you, these sort of things. And when does it offer you? Just before it just rinsed everyone out, when they literally just said it's all going to zero. What do they do after that? They offer you these crazy percentages. So we want to work really smart with timing our trades right now and timing things, because when we get them, we can just hold them. And therefore, that's why I am building a theta position. And I'll go through the charts just now, just on theta, on specific on the weekly, because I think theta, over the next 2 months, if Bitcoin plays it out, I think we can pull a 70-80% within theta. And if I can build a $100,000, $200,000, $250,000 position, that can end up being a $200,000 trade. Which is crazy, because that account started off quite low, a couple $1,000s. Yes, it is leveraged. So ultimately, I'm taking my cash and I'm building the total position size to $250,000. But that's it. So what I've done is, you guys need to start playing smart. You need to start thinking about money in a different way. So you can see I'm running 3 accounts, guys. So what am I doing? I'm running a big one. Okay, a bigger account of up to $126,000 position at the moment. Then what I'm running over here is a slightly smaller position of 70,000, and then what I'm running a $29,000 position. So I have different size positions. So what am I doing now? These two accounts over here between my CoinW and my Bybit are the quick trades like tonight. Jump on, take a short, make a couple $100, make $1,000 or $2,000 and out. Boom. This one, I'm like, okay, I don't have time to trade 3 accounts the whole time. So this one, I'm trading on a slightly higher time frame trade over here. And I'm letting this grow within the next 8 weeks. So you see what I'm doing? I'm taking 3 different portfolios and I'm trading 3 different basic styles. And the one is there for me to make quick money whenever I have time to trade or jump within and out. And the other one, I'm getting good positions that I can hold for a certain period. So it's about diversifying not only your tokens, but your trading styles as well. So that if this trade that's happening right now continues to play out, I don't mind TPing on the trade. Even now the market can go more. Why? Because I have another portfolio that's in if it goes more. And that's the thing. It's about giving yourself this leeway to work with yourself as it's all happening over here. So what are we? $400 up here at the moment. So far, guys, this weekly is a really good start over here. And like I say, you're going to find a little bit of resistance at this area over here. But once you get through that, we've been speaking about something that's very interesting. And what's very interesting is the volume. No volume. No volume. So obviously there was tons of volume in this area over here. Why? Because this lost crazy areas and big, in my opinion, the big guys or whatever, this is where they were buying. This is definitely where they were buying. And you can see it very clearly. Look at when the market's going up in a bull market. Look at the volume. Because they're already in. They don't need to buy up here. They're already in. This is all retail. When do they buy? They buy when the markets are down 80%. This is how the smart will always get smart and always get rich in the market, is because they buy on the fear. They buy here in these bottom ranges when price slows down, cools down. You can even see over here the volume intake over here when the market was down in these crazy areas. And then as the market goes up, look how volume just tapers. And now what's very interesting is we have another resistance over here and volume is tapering. But what it is doing over here at the moment is if you start to draw a little trend over here, okay, you start to get a little understanding. Whoa, okay, cool. Like the same way I see a 𝗵𝗵𝗿𝗃 is the same way I see this over here. At some point, what we're going to have is we're going to have a breakthrough the current average of volume, and you're going to get a spike. You're going to get a spike in volume at any moment now. Now you got two areas, of course. We have this area here, a huge ass rejection, volume. A break here, volume. And for me, that's why I think if we break these highs within the next 7 days now, I think we rally very quickly towards the 40,000, if not slightly higher. I think we're going to see volume. I think we're going to see volume come in hot and strong and back the move that we are getting over there. So far, we're good, guys. We're really good at the moment. Now, I want to start going through some of the alts. I know this is a big one over here. So let's quickly speak about dominance for a sec and just get an understanding here. So dominance, what's interesting at the moment is we ended up going to the 52% sort of mark, and the resistance is between 52 and 53%. We have a 200 weekly moving average here at the moment. So what it's indicating is, again, as much as we wanted it here, guys, I was saying alt season. Again, we are getting to an area where the alt season can start. So for me, again, it's like it's focusing that I think Bitcoin's overvalued at $30,000. I really do. Personally, for myself, to build a Bitcoin position, I think $30,000 is too much for me. Okay, I think 20,000, 15 to 20,000, that's the great area. I don't know if we're going to get it again, but that's the only area that I want to buy it. I'm very stingy with that. But then I look at this chart and I'm like, again, we are getting to another crazy resistance. And who knows, at any point, this dominance comes down. If you have Bitcoin hold 30,000 now, or go to 30, 35, 36, anywhere in those areas, and this dominance does decide to come down, guys, you don't understand the entries that you're getting and how much growth you're going to see within altcoins. Did you know that majority of good altcoins, I'm talking Thorchain, I'm talking Algorand, I'm talking AVAX, Solana, you're looking at 15 to 20x, 1,500, 2,000% back to their previous evaluations. Now, guys, I do think a lot of coins are going to struggle to break their previous all-time highs. I do. But I also know the FOMO of this whole crypto market. How they just want everything to pump in a bull market. And I know a lot will get overextended. But you know 15 times your money? Guys, can I ask you a question quickly in the chat, in the comments? If you had to, let's do an example of 14x. If you had to 14x your money now, would you be above your losses? Like, would you be in profit? So through everything you've built in crypto, if you had to 14x your account right now, would you be above? I'm really interested to see. So just pop in the comment, would you be above? I want to see, because this is important, guys. We want to make sure. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Above. Okay, cool. Someone no. Okay, interesting. So that means you're literally down like 95% if it's no. Yes. So many of you are. Jeez, guys, then we got to focus here. Like, we really got to focus. I would be broke even. See, I don't want this. I want to teach you now how we can build better positions here, so that by the time you get there, that you're not broken even. Like, you don't want to enter a market and then you're going to 2-year down cycle, and then you end up going up back to the levels, and then you just broke even. So you went 3 years in the market just to be back at broke even. I crushed it with Dogecoin. That's incredible. I'm happy with the 10x. Phenomenal. And that's the crazy thing with a lot of these coins. So at some points, again, this dominance is going to rocket down, guys. Definitely rocket down within the dominance. So for me, again, it's altcoins, but it's Ethereum. I think Ethereum's the one, when it wakes up and starts to do its thing, that's when I think we start to see dominance to the downside, is when Ethereum starts to play ball. Because right now what we have is Ethereum breaking. Oh, it's actually at entry zones. It's actually getting near entry zones. I think it comes a little bit lower. So let's just get this over here. So if you look at Ethereum on the daily, so let's jump in over here. Very similar to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's obviously just sitting here, right? If you compare the two different charts at the moment. If I 14x my money, I'll be rich as Ram. Oh, wow. Okay. 4. So guys, just in the chat there, how many X to get to broken even? So how many X? So just pop in the chat. I'd have to 3x, I'd have to 10x, I'd have to 5x. How much would you have to X your account to be in profits in crypto, guys, from the start of your journey? So please pop that in. I'd love to get that understanding. And this helps so much, guys. That means if a lot of you guys are saying 5x, 10x, 2x, all these sort of things, then these are the strategies I want to focus on. So, I do these sniper school videos and the education videos on weekends. Why don't I do videos on this? How to 3x your portfolio in the next bull run, how to 5x. I can just give you guys strategies, and then you can work around them and see how you can implement this to your portfolio. I think that'll be a good thing. 3x, 100x. Oh, what do you mean 100x, Rita? Are you like 99%? 100x to get back? That's crazy. 44x, 2x, more than enough. Oh, that's great, guys. The only thing is, when the bull market starts and it comes, you're going to be sitting and saying, another 2x. So just be very wary with that you're 100x, 10x. Okay, amazing. So Ethereum, guys, Ethereum at the moment's good. The only time it really starts to speed up is when it gets through the horizontal of the previous high, the $2,200, $2,100 level. So at the moment, expect it to probably grow slowly, because you have Bitcoin still taking the dominance, and it can still go to around 53, 54%. So I still think there's a little bit more dominance push to the upside. But what that basically means is this creep up, where you'll basically have Ethereum slowly creep up, and then pop at any single moment. Once it gets through here, like I said, this for me, we still have not tested the major areas of 2,400 to 2,600 areas and zones. And that's when I think the dominance drops, is when Ethereum starts to break through. So right now, as it stands, and you look at the daily, your best entries at the moment are probably these levels over here, which is basically between the areas of 1,750 to the $1,900 zone, where we're at right now. A great dollar costing zone at the moment. It does mean you'd have to put some bigger stop losses, but again, you have a trend line here that's giving you the exact trend that when it's really worrying time, and that's this over here. So that means your stop losses will be around $1,600. So be running at a 10, 20% stop loss on your higher time frames. You're giving it room to do what it needs to do. But ultimately, that is the line for you to hold and for you to protect yourself below. Because technically what should happen over here is this should come down at some point, or even from the levels we're at now, and from here start to creep up. And when it really starts to accelerate is past that 2,100, then we can move stops up completely and track that to the upside. So I think Ethereum's the one that we're waiting for to get that dominance to really start pushing to the downside, so we can start getting the altcoins going crazy. Now, Let's go through some altcoins, guys. Block stacks. Great move at the moment. It did do very well. As things stand, it is coming for the retest. So this is why I'm saying I think the market has a small pullback. But block stacks, guys. At the moment, I saw Miles did a show as well. Shout out to Miles. Go watch Miles's show on this as well, and why he thinks that this will do really, really, really well. And now I'm going to help you guys with the entry. So obviously this is built on Bitcoin at the moment, and obviously we've got this whole thing around ordinals and all these sort of things. So we know building on Bitcoin at the moment could be a very big narrative in the next run. So block stacks is a big one, definitely a big one. These are the entries for me, guys. Is we just broke through the higher high. So if you take that and you take the, let's just get our Fibonacci levels here too. Give me 2 secs. From here, bottom to the top range. There we go, 618. So it's all lining up to the areas of around the 62 to the 64 cent mark. Guys, for me, a lot of these tokens is I would trade it to the narrative at the moment. So it means I would enter the trades. I don't know, you know, it's basically like entering the AI narrative. Is I don't think any of these coins in the beginning that get built on a narrative that starts to explode are the legit ones. But I think they're going to make you money. So if I enter this trade over here, it's purely a money trade to make cash. I don't think I'm holding it for the long term yet, as we don't know that far just yet. Same as AI. You know, we made a lot of money AI in the beginning of the year. Now they're all sitting and hovering down, and you're going to start filtering out what's good, what's bad. And I think it's the same thing here. But if you look at chart wise, this thing can really go. If it starts to break, you know, a retest, especially if you get that retest of between the 62 and 64, you get 100% just back to the highs, if not way higher sort of areas. Like you look at this, chart looks good. And this is definitely a wedge to the downside over here. So definitely a bullish pattern that is forming. Let's go through the rest of the altcoins at the moment. So this is why I don't think right now, like I think another week or two, but I do see a mega altcoin pump, or a pump that happens over a good few weeks. But here we go. Look at Solana. Solana at the moment bouncing a good area, but only wakes up really when it gets back above the 2022. Then you can start looking at areas back at 40, 50. So it's coming, guys. It's showing that prep within your altcoins now and prep within your positions, because at any moment, you know, it's going to start and you're going to have an altcoin run at some point. So right now, don't be afraid to take any profits on these trades. Now, I'm not talking long time frame. I'm talking trading portfolios, to take any profits here now, because we're not through that just yet. So don't be afraid, because if it does break, cool, we get retest and we go. We know we confirmed on the bigger move. But definitely on Solana, let's go back and see if any of these coins are, look at this. Still another week or two, guys, of Bitcoin domination. But what's very important is to understand that block stacks is the perfect example of what you want to see in an altcoin. So you got many of these coins now that you have this trend, right? You want to try get your positions building up to the trend, because you can put your stops below. It's not crazy stops, which is good. But when it breaks through, look how fast it goes. It goes really fast, and you have a choice. You either buy the breakout, right, and the retest. But what that basically means then is you bought, and now you're buying more on the retest, and you basically had to build your position over a week. How about you get your first position going into here with a stop loss? The trade runs, you fully TP, comes back to retest, you fully get in again and then it's 2 trades, double the trade, double the gains. And that's the thing that I'm seeing with a lot of the tokens. Is that double whammy, you know, that double trade. So for me, I'm using the build up to this trend line, you know, as my positions, because I know at any moment it builds up, bit of hovering, boom, that's where it explodes. And we've seen it many times, and that's where I want to be in. And ultimately, this can still come back, retest, and then go again. Cool. I want to hit 1, and I want to hit 2 trades, and that's the 3 trades actually. But anyway, just to have the basic understanding. That's exactly, didn't expect to see the Sunday Night Live. Love it. Guys, that's the thing. I got a lot going on at the moment, but this is the good stuff. This is exactly where we want to be. Let's go through things like AVAX. Great bouncing point. This isn't a crazy bull just yet, guys. It's coming. I definitely know we're getting at the bottom phase emotionally. Like, I know this slow grind bull market is going to start at any moment now. Just be ready. I don't want to hear any more complaints. Oh, it's not yet. It's not. Be ready. That's coming at any moment. But when it comes to chart wise, they're not crazy bull yet. Bitcoin's bullish, yes. But if you look at that, it lost all of the support. So all the areas were previously bouncing. Like, now it's resistance, guys. So for me, now that it's at resistance, until we're through that, I don't mind taking profits on small trades over here at the moment, because worst scenario, it breaks through, retest, you get that buy. So remember, even though you're getting out here, you can get in the exact same area. The only difference this time is the RSI is reset over here. Here it's sitting at the top. Here it's at the bottom. And that's the thing. You're buying in the exact same area, but you have a different RSI, different thesis. And that's the understanding about the probability of how the trade's going to play out and how you're going to win the trade ultimately. So this, for me, again, I would like to see something like this, and then like this.
Sheldon.
Yes, sir.
We're starting to get a break on the dominance 1 hour of the longer trend to the downside. I don't know if Dill, if you're seeing it there, took it 1 hour from almost.
I'll have a look. So if I put that trend there, break and retest, so that was good.
Yeah, I took it all the way back from the 20th of June.
But it's probably on a pullback. It's probably on a pullback. If that does happen, if we break the top trend here, that's what I'm saying. These alts can rip at any moment. This is why you want your long-term portfolio in right now. Don't be afraid of the shorter time frames to trade up and down. Yeah. That doesn't matter. But your long-term, because if it takes off, if Bitcoin breaks 30, 31,000, that dominance comes down, you got incredible entries. You're going to see a lot of this.
Yeah, maybe it was because of Ethereum, eh?
Maybe. So Ethereum dominance is up for the day. Let's see. And Ethereum to Bitcoin, yes. Definitely on the shorter time frame is showing strength at the moment. Definitely. How's our trades doing?
I think it's time we got your altcoin pump, bro.
Yes, dude. We've been waiting, huh? Altcoin pump. We've been waiting. It's coming. It's coming. As long as we don't miss it.
I don't know if Dill's seeing anything there, but I know he's also sitting prepping in the background there.
Yes.
Dill.
Let's jump in over here. Dill.
What's up?
What's up? I see you got a little bit of echo, bro.
How are you, bro?
That's good. That's good.
Big echo.
Just see if you got just check your thing there quick. I'd love to get you on Dill. Dill's been rocking it at the moment. I hope he's making a lot of cash. Okay, cool. Thanks, bro. Let me go through these quickly. Okay. Let's start going through a few of them. So I think the big ones we want to talk about is, let's obviously speak about PEPE. There's my drawing. There's my drawing there at the moment. That's what I think PEPE will do. So it's done incredibly well, but I do think there's a higher low, and then I think we move. Let's look at the next one. So remember, guys, I'm not going to give the exact buys just yet, because we want to confirm that the pullback has started, but it's more or less these areas. And then I think for trading, that will be good. I saw DYDX pop. So this is a nice little pop. So obviously what's good over here is we broke through that resistance, which is good. Now we want to see the next one, which is this one over here, which I haven't gotten through just yet. And then ultimately, so you can see the altcoins, they're there, but they don't have these huge gaps just yet. They don't have the huge gaps. There is one big gap, which is up there. So ultimately, that's where the next big gap is after that. So DYDX, obviously looking good, but it's got a bunch of resistance now. So once it's through that, it's showing me just come to this coin a little bit later. Let it get it through its shorter time frame sort of things. This is good. I do think there's a...
Dill says he's ready with his mic because he's watching this 𝗟𝗏𝗽𝗍 trade very carefully.
Yes.
So
Bro, how's it?
Yes, that's better. What's up?
Can I share my screen here?
You can. Craig, will you run that quickly? I'm just going to quickly get a sip of water.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Go there, Dill. So guys, these are, I just want to remind again, let's just get mine off here. This is my training team. This is my team from the beginning. So they run the live training sessions every day if you've done sniper school. Incredible sessions. And these are the guys who have been kicking ass. Dill, are you making money or what? Let's get your, there's your
We've been
chart.
rocking it, bro. The last couple of weeks have been pretty good.
There we go, bro. All yours.
At the moment, shot, bro. At the moment, I'm like, it's pretty much feeling sort of, black or red at the moment. Coming into Sunday with these daily stocks so high, the 12 hours so high, but we got the 4 hour lower, we got the 1 hour lower, but things are feeling still a bit iffy. So I'm seeing short-term stuff. I'm seeing like 15-minute trend breaks on things like AVAX. I'm looking at phantom sitting at this major resistance area here. This is a daily time frame. So we're seeing like short term maybe pushes up, but like we got resistance coming here. We've got 𝗬𝗱 looking very shorty at the moment. Look how it's rejected up here, Craig. And we see we've lost this 200-day MA. And then stacks. We were talking about stacks earlier. In fact, you and me were talking on the live on Friday about stacks, and we weren't sure, you know, where it was going to settle. This is kind of the area that I liked on Friday as like a potential bounce area. So I've longed stacks here in this zone. You know, I said on Friday I like that area, and here I am. So I'm taking a long. The reason I will exit this trade, or you know, if things start getting ugly, I'm watching these two areas here. You know, these two lows. I'm watching this trend. You know, so if we start losing that, I'll probably start cutting. I'll watch this horizontal here then for stacks. But you know, on the daily and those sort of things still need to come down. So you know, maybe we're just going to get a little push up to a 382 or 618. You know, a few percent here or there. But I think, you know, these dailies, they need to come down. So exactly what Sheldon's saying. I think we need sort of a heavier pullback.
And what's happening on NACA? NACA's gone mad.
NACA's ripping. Let's take a look at this thing. Yeah, this is 15 minutes. Let's get a daily picture first so you can see what's actually happening. Yeah, no, this is crazy. I mean, yeah. Well, didn't really struggle with that resistance, did it? I think we identified this cup and handle last week. We were talking about this thing, and here we go. It's just blown. I mean, this is today's daily. So we were, Friday was here. We were at this resistance area. I think we were still laughing about this. So yeah, this target's in play. The 83% move. It's definitely in play now. You know, this old resistance area is now our support over here. So, you know, if we get a massive pullback, I would look for longs in this region. Would I buy this candle now? If it's spot and I really have conviction, maybe. Leverage, I wouldn't touch this thing now. It's like it's pumped so hard. So yeah, just be very careful. You know, ideally you want to wait for this pullback over here. But yeah, this target we set on Friday, 83%. I think it's going to happen.
Yeah, 100%. And our famous Litecoin was also one that we were looking at heavily on Friday.
It's looking good. And just, you know, when we start panicking, I always like to pull up the BTC chart and just do sort of like draw a little picture for myself and then try and tie it up to see where, you know, where we need to be panicking for alts and things like that. So I just quickly put this together on the 1 hour just to sort of see where we were. You know, I saw we were bouncing on this sort of support zone. So maybe we get some short-term relief. But, you know, ultimately, I think we're going to follow this channel down potentially. You know, this is one of the things I'm looking at. So if this area doesn't hold there, BTC, I mean, if it holds, you know, then we're gonna look for that.
It's just so weird, Dill, that you know that we've got some coins dropping, some coins just like pumping, like they just never got the memo that Bitcoin's coming down.
Yeah, it's like these unique ones. I mean, 𝗬𝗱 as well. So it's obviously some kind of like DeFi situation. We had Uni bumping today as well. Uni did very well. 𝗬𝗱 did very well. 𝗬𝗃, how's this? We called this one off this area. We called this on Wednesday. This thing is absolutely ripped. It's 44%. And it was such an obvious one for us, wasn't it? I mean, we had the 382 over there. Yeah, so we had the 382, we had the 200-day MA, we had the trend line, and we had the Lux Algo order block. So everything kind of, you know, made sense for us there.
Yeah. The other one, Dill, that I really think there was two that caught my eye today were, of course, Litecoin coming back to that 200 daily, which is such an important line. So most of the guys, if you should be running the 200 daily moving average on your charts just to see where you're at, you know. But most coins are either going for it or coming back and retesting it, and it's a very, very good line, you know.
So yeah, massive area, and it's been massive for us since January. We keep talking about it, but because time and again it pays us money. This 200-day MA pays us every time. Yeah. So you know, Litecoin hovered around here, popped for us on Friday out of this little flag. no reason not to look for a long again on this massive area,
on the
200-day
on the
MA.
200. Yeah, remember we've got the Litecoin halving coming up, so there's going to become a lot of interest. And the other one that caught my eye, Bill, was SNX. So we haven't seen life out of that for a while. Also with that 200-day, it's certainly not a buy now, but it's certainly something to definitely have on our radars. I mean, it's been a while. This thing is so far down from the top, and now we're finally starting to get look.
Guys, so here we go. Yeah, 200-day MA once again coming into play, this time as a rejection zone. So great, if you guys are long from whatever areas and that 200-day is coming, obviously you want to TP just before or take something off the table. Like, you're going to get these reactions.
But if you look at bigger picture on that thing, where we are from, the big view on the chart, I mean, we are it's like crazy when you look how far. Hey, Sheldon, how far down we actually get on these tokens from their highs. It's like,
this is ridiculous.
Mad,
What is this thing?
Synthetic tokens.
No,
they want to try and launch stocks on as synthetic tokens, traditional stocks. But for some reason, all these older tokens, Bitcoin Cash, all this sort of thing are these older ones are just coming to life.
So I think what's going to happen, I think we might we'll obviously see getting some short-term trades for the night, but I think it's market's going to settle a little bit going into weekly close, and then I think we're going to have direction again tomorrow, because if we don't dump on weekly close now, or the next few hours, just to pull back, just to make things interesting, I think we're going to continue the bullish rally. I really do. I think tomorrow we'll probably focus on trend breaks again, because you are going to have the RSI's resets on the midterm. And ultimately, if they don't come right with the bears pulling back tonight too much, I think we're going to have ETH. I think we're going to have ETH. I think we're going to have a lot of these tokens wake up and start to move. And then obviously we got a good old XRP that's doing zero at the moment. Zero.
It's back to being a stable coin.
What the hell? That does well.
It gave us so much joy for a few weeks, and now
it looked like it was so strong.
Yeah. So Sheldon, I see there's a guy. There was a question. I just missed the name because the comments are flying so quickly. But what percentage of your portfolio would you suggest being in long-term? I mean, in leverage versus spot. So I think it's an interesting question for people that are here.
Probably around 5%.
Yeah.
Around 5% in leverage. And because you remember with leverage, what you want to do is you want to start small and you want to build it up. So Dole and Craig will know the power of this, where you can literally have like a $200 account, and the moment, especially when you hit a rally like this, where you can trade in a certain direction for 10 weeks, you know what I mean? And it takes you the first 2 weeks, and you see these moves are pretty big, guys. You catch the right one, then you inflate your accounts, you manage to get it to $1,000, $2,000, and then you continue the run, and you can end up having a 50 to 80K run. Like we've seen it a few times. Dill's done it a few times. I've done it a few times. And you definitely can get it. So with leverage, don't go big, guys. Just start with small and earn it. Build your way. You can already borrow money. Like the fact that you can play with more money than what you got, you don't need to put a big part of your portfolio in. So for me, it's like this. It's a roundabout, especially this market. I still want to trade it because yes, it looks nice on the higher time frames, but I still want to be cautious. So for me, probably 50% at the moment is running as a long term, where I'm just going to hold throughout all of this for the bull markets and build. But about 30 to 40%, I'm starting to trade it at the moment. So I've taken some part of my longer term portfolio, and it's just these are running on stop losses now as the market's going up, just in case we do go back to the low ranges again. I don't want to not have enough dry powder if that does happen. So just a part of my portfolio I'm running with stops now. So I'd probably say about 50% hold full through everything on the, and I'll try build more of that with the long term. And then I'd probably say about 30-40% on trading, and then about 5% or so on leverage. I'm beyond that point. I don't work on percentages on my portfolio anymore. I just know that I like a 10,000 on a 10x. I love that. That doesn't matter if I'm a billionaire. That's my comfortable fund zone to make a couple $1,000s and to use that well. So I like these 10,000 10x's. I don't start the trades on 10x. I start them on 2-3x, and then I use that cross method where as I'm going in profits, I build the positions bigger and bigger as that happens. So it's all about strategizing. I want to pull a lot of dollars this time. I don't know about you, Craig, but I really want to filter dollars. So make sure that not because I want the crap You know what I mean? It's just, I always want that dry powder. I want the dry powder, bro. It makes such a big difference. Like, I didn't know the market goes this low. So you got to remember, guys, for me, it's my first bear market too. You know what I mean? I'm fighting through this whole war with you guys. One thing you'll get in front of you, you'll never get a team that ever quits. And we'll make it, and we'll do very well in the next bull market. But we had to go through a bear market together and learn all these things. And I didn't know some points go this low. Like, I told Ron the other, I'm like, bro, why did you tell me this? When I came in here, why did you tell me it gets this bad, bro? Like, I would have, like, it's crazy. You know what I mean? What happened? So I'll definitely learn from it and just make sure I have so much more dry powder in case that happens. But I also know that we get into a phase now where the market can start, and it's like you kind of get to a point where you try to build your position as much as you can, but when it starts, like, that's all you got. That's what you got for the bull market. You got that, and now you got to ride that and make the best of it. Because anything you start buying higher, you start just raising the risk a lot, and that's a big thing. What's your biggest lesson this time, Craig, from your last bull market? What are you doing different this time? Like, what is your thought
I think one of the biggest things that came to me this time around was not to hodl a downtrend. So, I mean, that was our biggest problem the last time, is that you have these belief in these tokens and belief in these projects, and you hodl the drown, like, you get to believe this nonsense that's fed to you, and that's just, it's rubbish, you know. So that was a big lesson for me. Don't hodl the downtrends, and which is taking your profit, but then using that money to buy back lower. I mean, you know, what a pleasure it was buying Bitcoin in the low regions, and also buying ETH down in these low regions. So, I mean, I stocked up plenty ETH at 1550. And the other one was when you get these big days of fear, and I think that's when it's been quite good on the live trading, because we've had a couple of them. When you get those real drop-offs, is to really start looking at buying rather than selling. We had quite a few of those till recently. Are you looking at Phantom there? I see a lot of questions, Sheldon, on render when you finish this one, eh?
Okay, I'll go. Yeah, please just keep eyes there. Just a quick one, guys. We want to make a little bit of a vote here for you guys on the channel. So Craig's always had the idea that, Craig and Dol, that on a Sunday we come and we jump and we just spend an hour or two, and we go through questions, we go through coins, we go through trades. You know, we just make it a nice thing. The only thing to do that is, because I'm running school now, is I'd have to like lose like a Friday show. So I would basically do a Monday to a Thursday, and then I would look at, just so I can split balance family time, and I know all of us. So what would you guys say? I don't know if you can run a poll there or say in the chat, what do you guys prefer? Do you prefer the 5 shows a week, or do you like something like this on a Sunday where we can go through some questions,
chill and
we
chat,
can trade? It's relaxed. It's nice, man. You just relax. So let us know what you think, because I think we can start it from this week coming up now. So remember, these shows are here. We trading no matter what, guys. We've learned the lessons. Like, we're going big this bull market, and we're happening. But this show, this school, this everything is here to help you guys. It's literally here just for you guys. So you guys must always just mold and share your thoughts on what you guys would like, you know, for us to be. Like, we got our strategy in our team. Look how many guys we have here that we fight for the next bull market to look after each other. Like, we got a badass team for ourselves, you know, more than anything. And it's I want to create that for you guys, and to show you that side. So let me know what's Sunday. So say Sunday, guys. Sunday. I can't do every day, guys. It gets wild. But say Sunday if you want Sundays like this time. It will be this time. It's our night. My little one's sleeping.
It's a good time for us, and we enjoy it, man. You know, I enjoy going through the charts on a Sunday, and you know, I'm doing it anyway. So let's do it with everyone else. They can see what we're talking about, what we're looking at.
Looks like quite a.
And someone said Sunday's also low news days, which is nice because it's not also too crazy. We can sit and say, guys, what's the plan for the week? You know, what do you think we should trade this week? Like, is it long, shorts? You know, what is it? Let's have a look here.
I guess the only disadvantage is we're missing the weekly close, you know, but I would imagine this is going to be a very bullish weekly close, you know.
Either way, it can stay. We can go down to 29, but the thing, and it's still a great bullish close, you know, for the weekly. That candle's just huge at the moment. So just updating, guys. At the moment, we hovering here, but so far still continuing the downtrend. So I'm still in my short at the moment on Link. This is a short-term short, guys. That's gonna move into a long. on this pullback. This is just to trade what I think the market's offering today. I think it's just offering a little bit of money to the downside. And then I do think with that weekly close, I think this next week's going to be another crazy candle. I really think it can be. It has the potential to be another big one. But then what I'm doing as well, guys, is I'm starting to build up some higher time frame entries. So ones that, for me, it's just this range at the moment, and it's like I want this for the next 8 weeks or so. It's a little bit bigger capital, not as much risk, but ultimately not putting the pressure on myself to have to stare at the charts the whole time to get entries. So I got the small accounts that make the quick cash when we want to trade, and then I'm building a little bit bigger on the weeklies. Like looking at the weeklies, like I think this can be a nice little rally for a few weeks. So I'm starting to get some trades to be ready for on that. Like if we look over here, I got these over here, but then what we also have is I have let me go through here. I got the margins. So what I've done is I've opened 3Xs, bunch of 2 and 3Xs that are a little bit higher, a little bit bigger stop losses that can just ride all of this. That can just catch with all of it and not put that pressure on these 10, on a 10X.
And you don't have to look at it every day.
And they build up, because if you don't know if this becomes the bull market, like where it literally just rampages through, and it's like if you can get a good entry and hold it for 2 months, 3 months, we know the potential of it. Because again, sorry, I'm just getting this sorted over here. Yeah, so I got around $20,000 on a 3. Say again? Loving an idea.
They're loving it. 100%.
Yeah, it's better. It's better. Okay. Yeah, because remember, guys, like it's all about. It's like such a crazy game, Craig. And I know you and Dol can add to this. Like, look what they put us through, bro. Like this is like we're gonna become strong as shit by putting someone through this, bro.
The emotional roller coaster.
No, dude, like this is, you put a human through a lot going through this. Bro, it's wild. And it's like it's the crazy thing. It's just it's crazy how this happens. So you literally like work your ass off. Like look how long it's accumulated for. Like that's long. Like people work their asses off to stay alive there, you know what I mean, and to continue their victory. And it, like at some point it just rewards. It rewards for a quick period, and it probably like tries to change you, and you have no idea what you're doing and what it's becoming. And it's like everyone just thinks they're geniuses, and you don't know where to TP.
No, you think you're very clever. When it's going your way, you think you're very smart.
Bro, you're very smart.
But
and then they
the
said
market
this
likes
shit
to
on
fix
us. It's like,
these things. Yeah.
All that I know is this. I promise you guys, as much as market's been wild and been crazy, it's been crazy for all of us. But it's so worth when it comes. But you just got to have one thing I think Craig can add to here is you need experience in this game, and being able to have privileged a bear market now, and now understand how incredible they actually are. Like they prep the shit out of you. They're hard, they're frustrating, they're annoying, they test you to a whole nother level. But they prep you for this. Because of that, you're going to perform a lot better when this happens to a newbie that just comes in and buys up here. What's your thoughts on it, Craig?
Yeah, but Sheldon, just look at that chart that you got right there. What opportunity have the community got to be buying? I'm talking spot here, not leverage. Good projects. Look how far down we are from the top.
Yeah.
It's mad. What was the top on Phantom? I remember Fred sold the top at like $3.50, bro.
He went 320 something. He sold it.
And now you're buying it at like 10% of the price. So 10% of the money buys.
We were convinced Phantom was going to. We were convinced Phantom was going to $10.
That was Harry.
We were trying to we were longing Phantom at like 2.8 or whatever it was. We were trying to long that thing.
No, dude, it's crazy, the FOMO. I remember those days. It was like everyone just believes this is never going to stop. And you just got this like rampage, and we become like animals. I don't know what to call it. Like we all like foaming at the mouth.
But that FUD machine, Sheldon, on the upside, with the bearish news and with the bullish news, is something that we just have to, and moving forward, we really obviously going to be trying to protect you against. Like you've just got to take your money, and also look at the news that is coming out. We've got all that negative news on Bitcoin that all this SEC suing this one, suing that one. The next minute, BlackRock come out with their ETF, and suddenly, so what were they doing? Were they just accumulating? Because remember, Bitcoin, you can't get much more. It's not like they manufacture Bitcoin all the time. It's such a slow coin to come into circulation. So you've got to get it out of existing holders, you know?
That's very true.
Look at
but look at this. This is like a crazy one. Like THORChain, like, dude, I don't know about you, but if I look at market cycles, and obviously this is bear market, getting used to it, but like this is heavy down. Like we're accumulating, bro. Like this is good. Like if you accumulate in this area, like I think these are some incredible entries. This is one that I don't have enough of. I need to get a lot more. Like
still fundamentally, is it still fundamentally a good project?
I do think so. Yes.
Yeah,
I do think so. I think it got hit hard, but this thing's crazy. It's crazy the levels.
But I mean, you do just have to look at the tokens and see what is good for you. I mean, you look at Solana, look at Render, look at and people are talking about Render. Yeah. I mean, let's just have a look. I don't know what's going on there, but I mean, we've had such good moves out of it. Such a good token for this AI.
I'm keen to see Sheldon's view on Render because I've been trading and talking about Render a lot lately.
Yeah,
so
look at that.
Yeah, I want to see Sheldon's opinion before I make any calls on mine. Yeah.
So obviously, I've been saying I think the $2 is a really good level to accumulate. Obviously, because of this trend line over here, so we got support trend. But what I do see is like very similar to Bitcoin, where you got this like wedge that's going to slightly open in volatility. And you can see every move that it makes, it starts opening a bit more. So I think this, chart wise, you can't ask for anything more right now to be buying here for a risk to reward sort of view. Because if you do put your risk to reward ratio tool over here, like your stops should be in this area here, which is big. You got 20% stops, but your rewards are crazy. If you go back and go look, I need to actually get where was Render before Binance? Let me see the levels. But I think Render, I think 1.8 to $2 is a great long-term position. And I think after this, if it does bounce strong, I think we can go to these higher ranges. Obviously, I'm speaking higher time frame here, though. Shorter time frame, I don't think it's going to move until this trend's broken. So I don't think Render's going to have much push to the outside, like really strong, for at least another week. And then I think it will start waking up. Just on the higher time frame, it's still going to range a little bit more. But after that, I think it's the highs. If past the highs, I think $4. So Render, I think is. I
mean, it's such a good token for the future. I mean, that is a good token for the future.
So, okay, so we kind of I think I'd say we're on the same page here with Render. I'm a little bit biased towards Render now because I've been trading this thing. So I need to obviously be unbiased with this and look at it like as objectively as possible. Let me show you my chart and I'll just show you what I'm looking at.
But that's such an important thing that you're saying there, Dill, because once you're in a trade, you have a bias towards whichever direction you're trading it, and you'll go hunt out your charts. You'll hunt out patterns and whatever to support your thinking,
So I can't help myself. I keep looking for reasons to stay long on Render, but like the reality is we're coming down. We're coming to 1.8, and you just confirmed it for me. So like we've lost this trend here. We've lost this 4-hour trend that I've been watching. Okay, I grabbed that bounce of the 618, pumped it up, thought I was very smart. Okay, here I am rejecting, off this trend. And here we're going to revisit. So, right now for me, I've got this 618 that I'm playing with here. Okay. So obviously my best play would be a double bottom now on the 618. And then we break that trend that you're talking about. That's my dream scenario. But like my head is telling me we're coming back to this trend and we might visit the 786 here if things don't go very well.
What level's that?
And that's 1.8-ish, 1.8 to 1.9.
Exactly. I think 1.8 to $2 is a great accumulating range.
Yeah. So in saying that, if we get the opportunity to grab Render on this major trend line off this fib down here at 1.8-ish, like risk reward, I think it's a great play.
Great play. I agree. What are ones that?
But I'm going to get stopped out if we go there, bro.
Are you leveraged it?
Correct. Yes. Okay. So my last throw of the dice is going to be this double bottom here.
So at least you're in profit, bud. At least.
No, I mean we've had a good couple of weeks, so
we've had phenomenal weeks. We've had. I mean, I don't know, but I would imagine if I had to just guess it on our live trading over the last month, I would say we at least I don't know, Chris might know better, but I would say at least 85% of our trades have been successful.
No, we've killed it. We've killed it. We've killed it. Look, the market's played ball with us too, you know, made us look like magicians on some days. But
What's
yeah, it's been very good, eh?
What's the thoughts on this, huh?
What you got?
Oof. Like, did we actually break the low though? That was I never went back to look because I was like,
you need to find out if
it's literally double bottom.
Is there still a project though? Is there still a project team?
It's
Are
still
people still getting paid?
Yes,
Like,
yes.
it is.
I mean, this thing looks like it's going to zero.
I'm going to go check it now. I mean,
no, man.
The best way to check whether there's activities, just to go and look at their Twitter page, see how they're still updating, what's going on. You know what I mean? Go to their Discord, that sort of thing, and just see is anything happening.
Because what is this like? It's let's see what the potentials are.
They were going to be trying for originally they wanted to be involved with the CBDCs, you know. But since then, I've seen there was another token. Maybe someone in the community can remember. There's another one that recently came forward, and it looks like they are getting involved in CBDCs. I'm not picking it up here. I'll go.
Okay, so there's 200. Let's put up here. There we go. Definitely some good growth to the upside. That's the thing. Like, how do you know and go into this thing and knowing like how this coin fundamentally is going to perform in a, like, is it going to fall behind? Is there new stuff? Like, is it going to recover? Will it get back to its highs? Chart-wise, you definitely can, because probably everyone would probably thought the same thing over here. Will it ever get back? Will it ever get back? And like, you know, it ended up getting back and a lot more. Like, it's this is why you got to diversify, right? This is why you got to have a whole bunch.
Imagine buying this dip. Imagine buying this dip every time, and it just keeps dipping all the way down. No,
for like a year and a half. You buy the dip and dip and a dip and a dip and a dip for 18 months.
Just dips.
I mean, the weird thing is this coin's got a market cap still of 1.3, almost $1.4 billion.
No, dude, Algo's still a big coin. Like, it's not like it's a small. It definitely is. It's just crazy to see the prices, and I'm sure something even like this GRT. Like, dude, this stuff's long. Like, I need more money, bro. Like, we need to just buy more. Like, but don't put more money out of your pocket. Like, let's try trade it. You know, we can get good trading streaks here. Just buy, long term.
There's definitely activity. I'm going through the news. I mean, plenty.
Nah, I still think it's really good. I don't think I've never heard anything bad about it on the research calls. Like, look at GRT. No. I think this is crazy, bro. GRT, like, come on. Dude, you want to buy a car, bro?
GRT.
Do you want to buy my car? Then at least I'll Uber to work. I'm gonna buy the dubs, bro. Okay, let's look at what else. Even the one that really blew my mind was Near Protocol.
Yeah, they've all been.
Look at that double bottom there.
That's double, bro.
You know,
one more ride, guys. One more ride.
I was lucky to get Near, like, right in the beginning at 30 cents, right in the beginning. And I sold off. I got 3,030 cents, cost me $1,000, and I sold at $10 and the balance at $20. And look at it now. I mean, it's like,
bro, that's a huge trade. That's a big trade. That was like 50x, 80x. That's a nice one. Then you obviously got like
the other good one, Sheldon. Have a look at, you know what you haven't looked at for a while is IMX. I see people asking in the chat. 𝗪𝗶𝗍𝗄𝗓𝗓. We haven't looked at that.
When you're done with Immutable, I want to show you this Prime XBT trade.
Look at that. It's good.
That took last week.
So what's nice about this as well is good day trend.
Yeah,
look at that.
Let's just put this in here.
Nice. That was someone on the community that
story.
Nice.
What's the story behind this, Craig?
So 𝗪𝗶𝗍𝗄𝗓 are forming, it's like a layer 2 on top of Ethereum, which I really, really like, to help bring the fees down, specifically for gaming and NFTs. So, you know me, I've been a long fan of 𝗪𝗶𝗍𝗄𝗓, you know.
That link looks good.
So it looks
good. If you like Ethereum and believe in the future of Ethereum, it's good, you know.
Okay, and my Bitcoin short as well. So far so good. I think these just short-term shorts. I don't think they're long.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
definitely won't. I won't go to bed tonight. So it all depends on your time. But I won't sleep and not get out of these trades. Like, you know, for me, it's like the next 2-3 hours they should drop a bit. We should make some cash, and then so it's not worth me just going through the night on it. I think I'll just TP on them and be fresh for tomorrow.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, 100%. I think we're going to have an interesting day tomorrow because I mean we really are getting to levels now where we're going to get to, you know.
Oh, let's speak about Bitcoin Cash and them again.
Yeah.
Because what's going on here, Craig? Come on, bro. Like we got like.
I know it's mad. It's mad.
That's why you want accumulation phase, guys. So this is what happens. Like you eventually get done, you get started, then it's just this crazy like popcorn effect on these coins. It is gonna come to a lot of resistance now, though.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It is gonna come to a lot of resistance here now. So I think between these two areas here, it will.
I wonder where that 200-day moving average is on that thing.
So here. Daily. Yo, that's way cracked.
Wow.
Yeah, that's good.
You see, that comes. Wow. Yeah.
So it's not.
So this is one of the coins that was declared not a security. So a lot of people decided to invest in it. The other one that said that accumulation, though, Sheldon, is Link. I mean, it's mad. That's.
That's my favorite coin, bro. You know.
I know. You remember? I remember so clearly in the old days.
Link and Tezos.
When Link broke $2 and then $5, remember? We couldn't believe it.
When Link went to 50.
Bro, we traded this whole thing. Like we traded this whole thing, dude. Like we got in here just after the March crash. Here we go. It was in the areas of $1 to $1.5, and then it started this like rampage, and then that's the day Craig's talking about there, where it cracked the 5. So I'll zoom in here. That's when it got wild, bro. Because I was trading the crap out of these little weeks over here, which was still huge percentages. But all of a sudden, when it just broke this major line, I'll put it back there. When it broke there, that's where it got wild. That's how, like, after that, it was this week here. That's where I got to buy my car.
Yeah, you bought your car off Link, remember?
Yeah. And
but look at the accumulation, Sheldon. Go back. Just look at
but look at that RS, bro.
Yeah.
That's through straight back. You're buying in the same area, but the difference this time, remember, buying there. Yes, it played
3 years. 3 years later, you're buying into the same
area, but you got RSIs. Look at that. It's cheap for Link, bro. I really do think it is.
But look at how long has that accumulation been there for, Sheldon?
Yeah, it's a good period. May. It's a year. More than a year.
More
than a year.
Accumulating, eh?
Just literally ranging between these areas of the $5 and the $10 range.
And look where the 200-day moving average is compared to what we looked at now with Bitcoin Cash, eh?
Yes. Very true.
So resistance there, pullback, but if it pops that,
what is happening? Is like Tezos still alive or what? This was my coin, bro.
I used to love trading Tezos.
Oh, it's coming, bro. Because this was a fun. Look at that. That's volatile as crap. That's like a
Tezos OMG was
crazy coin.
Remember OMG?
Yes, OMG. This is I don't know about you guys. I'm pumped,
No, when you see how low they are, you know, it's so you make such big percentages on such small moves now, you know.
One of the other coins that were crazy was RSR. So remember, guys, we like fundamental, but like in a bull market, be a trader too. Like be a lot of a trader, because don't fall in love with the stuff. Just trade it. Like it's making money. They're going crazy. They're going wild. Get good at that crazy volatility. And just trade them. Don't worry about the coin. You can see we're talking about coins that we enjoy trading because they were wild. Like this coin was also crazy. I remember this run over here. That was a crazy run. What are these things?
I think people have really got to differentiate for coins they want to hold for the long term and those they want to trade. You know, I mean, so many of these are tradable and we'll trade them, but would I hold this for the long term?
Guys, let's be honest about that though. I think the only thing you really want for the long term, like really, is Bitcoin and ETH. I think the rest, you use them to make more of those. And that's what you're doing in the bull market. But like whenever you want to TP, you don't have to get out of the market. Just go to the asset you want. Just make sure by the time the top comes in, even if another bear market comes, you're holding Bitcoin. Like that's the main We keep throwing them away. We try thinking that selling them and buying cheaper makes us more Bitcoin. We just throw Bitcoins away every flipping bull market. Like we don't treat them properly. We really don't.
We had no respect for Bitcoin in the past. We
No
used to
respect.
give them away like they were Smarties when they were cheap. I'll quickly use this to trade that.
Have we learned our lesson though? Are things going to be different when things are pumping?
I have.
Well, I've been buying, like, I never buy Bitcoin. Like, I've been buying Bitcoin. Like, I've never bought Bitcoin. Like, it's crazy. So I've definitely been learning a lot through them. I see our shorts doing not too bad.
Yeah, you got a lower low on your link.
Can I pull up a chart here quickly?
Yes, sir.
I just want to show there's quite a few guys asking about gali in the chats.
Yeah.
Guys, pop your coins if you do want to chat some coins. Go for it.
Yeah, so obviously under a bit of pressure, and I've zoomed out so you can see why there's pressure here on gali. Okay, this is a major resistance zone now. This used to be resistance back here, November 22. Then it was huge support for us, May. So you can see on the daily time frame, this is now a major resistance area. So perfectly healthy to reject here. So yeah, it doesn't mean it's over for gali. It just means we're rejecting at an obvious zone. And now we got to look for pullback areas. So let's zoom in a little bit and just try and understand where we could maybe get a buy-in if you want to be long gali at a later stage. This was the area we identified, must have been the other day, last week sometime. So this is just the standard 382 pullback area that I liked. And then we've got the deeper sort of 618 zone that we'll look for now. Just make sure this fib ties in properly, yeah? Yeah, okay. So, for gali, if you are or want to be long gali, or you want to be short at this resistance zone, this would be your target. If you want to be long, this is probably a good area to start looking at entries. And then if things really turn to shit with BTC, we're going to look a little bit lower. I actually like this area, but it's not tying in with the fib. But let's just identify this guy here. So the plan with gali, maybe a little flag and a push up then and carry on. If we reject here like we should, okay, we're looking for an entry down there. And if things really go to shit here, we're looking down there. Okay, so 24, 0.0245, somewhere around there is probably a great buy zone. If we do break up, for some reason BTC changes its mind and things turn bullish again in the next few hours and we break up, look for the support to form first, okay? There's a support areas here that we can look for and just let it do its thing up here. And then you can look for the next move. Don't forget the 200 days up here with horizontal resistance and a trend. So that's going to be a major area. So, if you do stay long and we hit this trend in the 200 day, expect a big rejection up there.
Joe, I see a lot of, and we haven't really looked at it, I think, is RDNT. I think it's Radiant. I don't know anything about the token, but I've just seen it all over Twitter recently. We haven't really looked at it much on it.
RDNT. Yeah. I've never heard of this thing.
No, but I've seen a lot on Twitter recently, and I'm like, what is this?
Okay, so we can see there's a trend situation here. Okay, look at that. Nice. Very nice. Okay. So this is the first thing we sort of identify. Okay, now we've seen it's broken. It's rejected at an obvious resistance area. You can see here, guys. Okay, resistance here. Okay, so that would have been a great TP zone. This is quite cool. It had this little flag situation. So you had this breakup, little flag. That was interesting. And now let's see if we can get tie-ins here. Look at that. Okay. This 382 tying in nicely with this 12-hour resistance support zone. Okay, so I really like this area down here. And that ties in perfectly, a standard trend bounce. And then I'm guessing the 618 is going to tie in with these guys. Yeah, okay. So this is a perfect alt example, playing these fibs beautifully. So these are your buy zones. So don't panic into anything yet. Give it a chance to settle. See where we come out. But yeah, ideal zones at the 382 on the retest. Love this. And yeah, this is also decent.
So
okay, but right now that's resistance.
That's good, huh? Oh, I love it, Dol. You've gotten so much better, bro. You've gotten like so good. You've really gotten so like good. You've gotten fantastic.
Sweet,
so what I'm doing
bro.
here on my link trade, guys, I'm just gonna, it's starting to go in some good profits now. So I'm just gonna start moving my stops down, get rid of the risk.
And you're making money here, bro. Jeez.
And then work on an exit strategy. So so I'm just updating. So my stops are going basically similar to my entries. 6.18. Let's see over here. Okay, so my risk is a lot lower now.
Bitcoin's dropping there, Sheldon, so it's just dropped the lows from a little earlier.
Did it just done?
We should have yeah, we should have a decent pullback. I don't know if it's going to go all the way to 618, but I do think these areas here make sense.
I like that.
As the first, yeah, as the first areas.
Look, it's a typical Sunday night play now. You know, they're going to try and flush people out. So just be careful and be aware, you know, they could just try and start dumping us and then just reverse it quickly.
Sheldon, have you got banter bubbles there? Let's just see what's happening there as well, huh?
Yeah, I'll get it up now.
What is 𝗕𝗘𝗧? Is that still
a thing? I don't know. That used to be Fred's coin. That was Fred's coin, 𝗕𝗘𝗧, eh?
𝗕𝗘𝗧, bro, that we did in the bull market.
So we look at this thing.
We need to. Let's, yeah, let's, so that's that. 𝗕𝗘𝗧 for sure. And then, Sheldon, just get up your banter bubbles there so we can look at what's going on there.
I'll bring it through now. So what's a thing as well, while we are here? So guys, with BitGet, there's a Lucky Wheel Carnival. So join and win 1 Bitcoin. So it's for the UK users. So yeah, UK BitGet has prepared a Lucky Wheel Carnival for the UK users only. All you need to do is sign up for BitGet account using the link below in the description. Use the Sniper School one as well, guys, because then you can get into Sniper School. Register to enter the lucky draw and start trading. So the links are below.
So they're giving away a Bitcoin on that wheel spin. It's UK users only. So that's pretty cool if you're British.
So here's the banter bubbles, guys. So just trust me on this. There's so much stuff coming. Like there's so much stuff coming.
They're building. See the win button there now, Sheldon. The win $30,000.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. Yeah. That's cool. That's very cool. Where are we at the moment? You said you had a Prime. So guys, remember Prime XBT, go below, so use an account.
Take a look. Let me show you. Okay. So last week I was talking about a potential oil long that I was looking for on Prime XBT, and it's played out perfectly. I mean, we were speaking about it on Wednesday or Thursday. So just bigger picture, I was looking at the weekly saying, look, oil's sitting here at this resistance zone. Looking for a bigger move, and I was talking about buying these pullbacks onto the 200-week MA. So, you know, here we are, pullbacks came. And
that looked like great support. Many
but look at this. Look how this thing pinged off the 200-week MA exactly, okay? So on my Prime XBT account, I had buy orders set up, like staggering down to that 200-week MA. Can you see that? So now they've all picked up, okay? So we got some buys in on this Prime XBT. You can set, like, it doesn't compound your orders. So, like, I bought blocks of 25, 25, 25, 25, 10, and it's units of oil. And, you know, you can stagger them down, and you can then TP out of them as you wish. You know, you just close individually. So you're not closing a percentage of a full order. You just close these individual guys.
So they're like separate. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so it doesn't average. It doesn't average like our normal exchanges do. Each trade is a separate trade, which is pretty cool.
So I've grabbed these orders now.
So you can have multiple trades of one coin in a. Yes. I see our trades going profits here, guys. Who's in the trade?
You can be you can be short. You can be short and long, and it's separate things. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. So my plan with this US oil is obviously now to ride it up to this zone from this 200-week MA. And then bigger picture, I was looking for a break. So obviously now we've got a lot of things happening in the news and things are a little bit uncertain, especially after this weekend. But OPEC, I think they cut their supplies, like things potentially looking more bullish for oil. So I want to see this break up here. And then we're really going to climb into this oil trade and we're going to push it a little bit higher. I'm going to sort of look for at least.
It's actually cool how we can diversify.
Area.
It's cool how we can.
It's the best. Yeah. And look what they got here. They've got gold, lead, Nasdaq, S&P 500. Looks like various currencies, metals. You can trade crypto on it as well. And then Forex. So I know there's a lot of Forex traders.
I don't know if it's the place to trade the crypto for us, but it gives us access using our USDT to those commodities.
But you can send your crypto there. And then there's Forex stuff, so there's a little bit of it, a little bit of everything here for the guys.
So the only big thing, guys, so you want to do the tutorials on it, incredible platform. Just be aware that it's leverage. So it works on like lot sizes. So just be careful. You're entering your whole position, you're entering everything on leverage. Like you got to be very careful with that. So you actually play with the percentages of your but it breaks it down nicely for you. So hopefully we'll catch a trade live, like during the week. We will.
And let's catch one of these, and then I'll set it up and I'll show you exactly what's happening.
I got a question for you guys. Why?
Why what?
FTT.
Why would you buy FTX?
I know, it's like
why is it going up? Like what's going on? Like
there's offers made. There's offers made on the platform. Yeah. FTX was a great trading platform. Like whatever went wrong there,
it was an incredible.
It is what it is. Yeah. I love trading FTX.
Guys, we've survived this.
No, bro.
Look at that. Oh my jeez. I remember watching that thing that day. That was wild. Going from $20 to like zero. That was incredible.
It was so bad. It was so bad. I was overseas at the time and the food started tasting really, really salty while that was happening.
Oh, not this. I'm talking about Luna. But no, it's crazy, bro. Imagine it breaks this. So that looks like this 200 daily. Like you never know, bro. You catch it above the 200 daily, like you never know.
If you have some spot to throw into FTT, I don't think it's a bad bet.
You think they'll recover?
I don't think it's a bad bet.
Because let's be honest, it was a great.
Somebody's going to buy it, bro. Somebody's going to buy that exchange. I don't know what they're going to do with the token. Maybe they're going to create a new token. But you can't hide from the fact that guys are going to pump FTT. If there's an offer made on FTX or somebody announces it's coming back, like that token's going to rip, regardless of whether they're going to use it or not.
No, it is very true. So yeah, the trade is just hovering here, guys. So I think we're back in action strong from tomorrow. So I think on these guys, like for me, I'm sleeping in about an hour to 2 hours from now, and I'm gonna be closing my trading profits. Like that's the thing on it, wherever it may be, and that's just my choice of it. I really want to build a big account for this run. Like I just want to keep just building them. So short TP still makes sense at the moment. And then from tomorrow, this pullback, I'm just thinking that they might pull back into weekly close. Not huge, but I think they're going to pull into it a bit. And I think it's going to set us up for great longs, because I think we're going to have a great weekly close. And I think this next week that comes is going to be a good week for us if we get these great entries again. So short-term shorts, but overall bullish, waiting to set. I'm just trading what I think the market's offering today. So Craig, Dole, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
I just got one more comment. Yes. On this. Can you share my screen quickly? This STX. Yes, so I took this long. When you went to get a drink, I told, just so everyone knows, that I took this long. It's now up. I'm gonna just move my stop to entry because I don't want to sit watching STX all night with BTC looking quite bearish. So it's green. But yeah, I'm not gonna mess around. My stop's going to entry now. But I think
what's important is that you get reaction in those zones. Whether those reactions are going to lead to the bigger move, we don't know. But at least when you're in a zone, you've got a nice entry, you've got a nice stop loss, everything is there. Does it mean it's going to be successful? Who knows? But at least risk to reward, probabilities are in your favor, you know?
And just remember, guys,
so that's why I like these zones.
Yeah. Well, let me help you. Let me help you for this trade. If you make lots of money, brother. Hope you all make lots of money out there. I'm short-term shorts going to longs. Love you all. We'll see you all tomorrow. And
later, guys.
much love, bad fam.